I am finally back out in the field doing astrophotography for the first time in a few months, and it feels great. It is the beginning of Milky Way season. Everything's green, it is warm outside, and the jewels of the summertime night sky are beginning to appear. So what better way to start it off than to do some deep sky astrophotography with a wide field refractor and a dedicated astronomy camera. Follow along with me tonight to see what we can capture. My name's Trevor and you're watching Astro Pilot. So it feels great to be back out in the field doing astrophotography. It's great to be back out here talking to you guys. It's been a while since we've had a night in the backyard style of video on this channel. There's just lots going on. I just got to go over COVID, so that was not fun. And been doing lots of schoolwork, but I'm back and ready for this Milky Way season with this rig right here. You saw this rig in the last video when I put it all together. Tonight we're using the ASI 2600 MC Pro on the Zenithstar 61 and the ASIAIR Pro for controlling, as well as the Orion Sirius EQG Go-To mount. So this seems so small after using the RC6. It's lightweight, it's easy to use, so I'm really looking forward to using this season, definitely with this camera. It's I've never imaged any summertime target with this camera, so super excited. And the target for tonight is something I've never shot before in my life, and I've wanted to image this target for a long time, and it's the Blue Horsehead Nebula in the Rho Ophiuchi region. It's a very faint blue reflection nebula, and it fits this field of view perfectly. It just fits it all in one frame, and it's a really large area of reflection nebula, and it's really beautiful. And tonight we're going to give it a try with this rig, so we're going to see how it goes. I'm also set up in the driveway today, and this is probably where I'll be doing most of the astrophotography this summer, due to the pool pump over there on the patio. I discovered that causes some vibration, and we just started the pool up, and I don't want to expose especially this sensor of the 2600 to any vibration, because I felt it vibrating all the way through the legs of the tripod. So I relocated from the concrete over to the driveway here, and it actually gives me a pretty good view of the southern sky, and actually gain a little bit from where I was. So at around 10 p.m. the Blue Horsehead Nebula and the whole Scorpius and Rho Ophiuchi region begins to rise in the southern sky just above those trees at around 10 o'clock. So that's where and when I'll be trying to frame up and start taking some test shots. So the most crucial piece of equipment that I'll be using tonight is this right here, which is the ASIAIR Pro. Not the brand new version, the Plus, but this is the previous generation, and I run an Ethernet cable from it all the way to the house to get a stable connection wherever, and I can hook into the home Wi-Fi. So that's the one downside of this, is the Wi-Fi connection, but overall it works best with a wired connection. But I love the ASIAIR so much better than using a laptop. It makes things so much easier, and to the point now where I can talk a bit about it since I've been using it for a while, and it is a really good system. It allows it to be much more portable and an all-around better functioning and ease of use when it comes to the whole setup and all the different functions that it's capable of. And one thing that I'll get into tonight is the new app update that ZWO has put out, and there's some really nice features that make finding and framing your targets a better experience, and they've added a new planetarium feature and like a framing, and I'll get into that. But overall it's a great system, and it beats the heck out of a wagging a laptop outside and setting it all up, in my opinion. But in some cases, if you have like a home observatory or something, a laptop is the way to go, because you have your whole setup enclosed and functioning in that way. But for me, setting up outside and kind of on the move, the ASIAIR is the way to go. So the sun has set. I'm waiting on it for it to get completely dark. That way I can focus the camera and take flat frames and bias frames, and then we can start slewing to our target, which is the Blue Horsehead Nebula, and start taking 4-minute exposures at 100 gain with this setup tonight. I plan on getting several hours. This is the third and last night of shooting on this target, so hopefully I'll have a good collection of data by the time this is all over. Alright everyone, so I've taken my bias frames and flat frames, and the camera is already cooled down to my desired temperature, which I've got it set at 14 degrees Fahrenheit. And now it's time to slew to our target and get our whole session set up here. So in the new updated ASIAIR app, they've added a new feature that I'll get into here in a bit, and it's the planetarium feature, and it shows where you're at and your sensor size and field of view. So it's like a stellarium almost, so which is really nice in framing your target. So we're going to go ahead and get our auto run set up here, and I'm going to take 4-minute exposures. So we're going to add one, and we're going to type in 240 seconds, and I want to take about 5 hours worth tonight. So we're going to do about 70. We're going to take about 75 frames. And that's right at 5 hours at 4-minute subs. So we have go to home position on and meridian flip on. So that'll automatically do that. So now we're going to go ahead and slew to our target. And our target is the Blue Horsehead Nebula, which is IC 4592 right there. That is a really cool target. So we are going to go ahead and press go to, and now it is plate solving. Alright, so now it's validating if the target is centered in the frame, and if not, it'll just reposition. And right now it says uncentered, retry once. So now it's just going to move the mount just a little bit and plate solve its way through. Alright, so now I'm in the general area with that star there. So we'll take a look at this. So as you can see, that is our frame, and that's what it shows here. And this is a really cool new feature with the ASIAIR app. So we need to go down and over just about like that. That's how I'm gonna frame it up to capture this other portion of the nebula over here. It's gonna be a really tight fit. So we'll do that, go across, and now it's gonna slew to that desired framing. And as you can see right there. So it makes framing up your target super easy, and it just really takes the pain out of framing a target versus having to reference some other program like Stellarium, and it really makes it fun and easy. So I think that should be good. We'll double check here, and yeah, I'm happy with that frame. And it just really great feature that ZWO has added to their ASIAIR app. It's really helpful. So now, since we have that in, we're going to get our guiding set up. So hit guide over here and tap there. We'll clear last night's calibration and start taking exposures on our guide scope. And we're just going to go ahead and press the guide button, and it's selected a star, and it's going to go through the whole calibration process. So we'll just pull the graph up there and let that do its thing. Come back over to auto run, and we are all set. So we're going to let our guiding get calibrated, and I'll catch you guys back when we first take our first test shot or first exposure. So here is our first 4-minute shot. It captured a satellite through there, but with deep sky stacking you really don't have to worry about satellites in the frames because Deep Sky Stacker will take care of them. But as you can see here, it's a very faint target. We'll click this away, and you're not going to see much in your actual frames that you're taking until you stack it and start stretching the data. You can see it's kind of a really cloudy area. That's because there's a lot of just interstellar dust out in this region of space, and you can actually make out some areas of denser dust like around this here and around here because there's not as many stars and it's being blocked. Basically the starlight is being blocked by this dark interstellar dust and gas. And this star right here is basically the eye of the horse within this whole nebula here, so you can kind of get an idea of what we're looking at a little bit. So it's kind of stretching across here, and the neck is down here, but overall a very faint and hard to find target if you don't have a go-to system or something like that. But yeah, we're just gonna keep on shooting. So guys, I'm gonna wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed this whole process of me doing some astrophotography in the backyard tonight, and hopefully I'll be able to get a good image. Stay tuned for the end to see the final image of the blue Horsehead Nebula. Hopefully I'll have around 6 or 7 hours on it, something like that. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and press that subscribe button, hit the like, share the video, and as always, thank you for watching Astropilot, and until next time, clear skies.